Welcome to Buy, Hold, Sell. My name is Matthew Kidman, and 12 months ago, our two guests got together to discuss a few stocks. Well, we're going to go back to those same stocks. We've got Andrew Smith from Perennial and David Allingham from Eli Griffiths. Start with you, David. One that was a barn burner, Ausdrill. Buy, hold or sell these days?
Look, Ausdrill's a strong hold. I think I'd be tending a buy, except we've seen Ron Sayers he's a founder and a long-term shareholder, sell all of his stock. They're moving into the capital-intensive phase of the cycle. Big pipeline of opportunities in Africa. We're a strong hold. We're bullish, but not quite a buy.
Resources are back, drilling, a lot of leverage. Ausdrill, buy, hold or sell?
We think it's a hold as well. A lot of good earnings momentum, quality result. I think there's a bit more to come, a little bit in the price, but enough to keep it a hold. Okay,
Navigator, fund of funds, was in the doldrums for years. It's just been terrific over the last 12 months. Buy, hold or sell?
Yeah, it's had a good year, but we think there's a bit more in it. So the Mesero transaction, we'll be getting more detail on that acquisition next month. We think that could drive more earnings upgrade, so it's a buy from us.
Okay, you're going to navigate your way to a buy as well?
I'm still a buy on that stock. I agree with Andrew. Look, the Mesero transaction, this is a business that has 10 billion of funds under management. They've just acquired something that has 8. So you're talking about a game-changing potential here. I think that we'll find out more in the next month around how much comes across. So I'm maintaining a buy. Still strong free cash flow, love management, good little story.
Okay, mining, software, should be a good combination. RPM Rungy, it used to be called. Buy, hold or sell?
Look, we're a hold on that name. Like management, like their alignment, I think at the end of the day, it's a tech stock in mining services land, so it should be right in the sweet spot. They just haven't been able to really give that through us in earnings. You know, there's a bit of lumpiness, and a little bit lack of recurring revenue in there as well, so we're a hold.
Andrew, you liked this 12 months ago. It seems to it's stalled a little bit. Buy, hold or sell right here?
It's a buy. It has stalled, and that reflects the shift to the subscription-based model from the upfront. So naturally that's going to create some short-term weakness in earnings, but it's the right thing for the business to do long-term. We're a long-term buy in the stock.
Okay, small caps are always a dangerous place. EML, payments, cards, terrific stock, then bang, crash down 50%, buy, hold or sell?
It's a buy. So I think when we were in here a year ago, we said a buy, it quickly ran up to $2, valuation got stretched, we sold out. But with a fresh clean sheet of paper post the first half result, I think the market's overdone it here. There was probably a bit of anger around director selling at $2. But down at $1.20, we think it's more than in the price. That downgrade's been pretty minimal. We're back on a buy.
Director selling, downgrade, do you buy that kind of stuff, David?
We tend to avoid those names. Look, e-merchants I think is a sell. We've struggled to see them execute from an earnings perspective. I think it was 12 million of EBITDA in the first half and negative 4 million of cash flow. Director selling makes 50% of revenues from breakage, which I think has some regulatory risk potentially down the track where it's an avoid for us. Okay,
let's go into the stratosphere. One of the glamour stocks over the last year or so, payment company Afterpay. Buy, hold or sell?
We're a buy on Afterpay. Look, I think the Australian business, you can backsolve the valuation to round the share price at these levels. We're there for the US now. We think the market's underestimating the ability for the US retailers that have operations in Australia, who are seeing that 30 to 40% of their checkout online is actually the Afterpay product. They're dragging them into the US. And so we think the US, if the management can execute, offers material upside. So we maintain a buy.
Okay, it was about 30% higher about 6 weeks ago. It's under a lot of pressure. Buy, hold or sell Afterpay?
It's a sell for us. More successful now, and they've done a great job, don't get me wrong. It just is going to attract some more regulatory risk here in Australia. Agree the US has huge upside, but just for us in the short term, it's a sell.
They didn't agree 12 months ago, and they're still not agreeing.